Today, I will discuss how we can open dialog dynamically using Matdialog service. Last episode, I built this dialog to create new customer and shared this dialog to update existing customer. This is the Razor component of customer edit dialog. To open this dialog from customer component, I added the template reference of customer edit dialog inside the Razor file of customer component. And inside the sales file of customer component, I declared instance of customer edit dialog to call open dialog method of customer edit dialog for opening dialog, as because this method encapsulates the logic of opening dialog. In this episode, I will open this customer edit dialog dynamically using Matdialog service without adding reference inside here. Let's remove this reference from here. This is the CS file of customer component. This method is the event handler method of customer create button. This method is calling open dialog method of customer edit dialog directly. I am deleting this code. And this method is event handler method of edit button. I'm also deleting this code inside this method. And this is the instance declaration code of customer edit dialog. I am also deleting this code. This is the CS file of customer edit dialog. This method is responsible for opening the dialog and it is publicly exposed to be called to open the dialog. This method is no longer required. Let's remove it. This is the field used for opening or closing dialog. This is no longer required. Let's remove this field also. And this event callback was required to send notification to the parent. So this event callback also no need to required. Let's remove this. Here let's remove this code. And also we do not need this mat dialog. So remove this one. It is getting error because I removed this from CS file. Let's remove from here. So now I am adding event handler method of this close button on handle close. Let's define this method inside the CS file. Public void on handle close. Now this method is responsible for closing the dialog. To close the dialog, I need to add cascading parameter mat dialog reference. Let's add the cascading parameter here. The public mat dialog reference. This mat dialog reference has close method. This close method encapsulates the logic of closing the dialog. Let's call this close method inside the on handle close to close the dialog. And this method has one argument, that is type object. From here I am passing false. Now this customer edit dialog component is ready for consumed by Matdialog service. Let's inject the Matdialog service inside the customer component here. Private Matdialog service. And inside the event handler of customer create method, I'm using the mat dialog service, open async. This service has a method open async, and this method has one argument. We can pass a component. So for this example, the dialog component is customer edit dialog, and the second parameter is the mat dialog option. For now, I'm passing the null, and can make it async task. So here is created. Wait. So we can add a logic here. Bool is created. So if this flag is true, so that means the customer has been created. So it will refresh the customer grid. Otherwise not. Let's save and let's run the application. Let's see in browser. So let's click create customer. Here we can see the customer dialog. Let's add a breakpoint here, and also let's add a breakpoint inside the on handle close. Let's click cancel. So it will close the dialog and it will get a notification that is created false. So it will not execute this code. This is the handle valid submit. This is the event handler method of form submit. So when you submit the form, this method will be executed. Inside here, I am calling the close method of the mat dialog reference and passing the true. And this state has changed method is no longer required. Let's remove this and let's save. Let's click the create customer again and let's add a customer. Let's click submit. Here we can see that now is created, it's true, and the customer grid is refreshed. Sometimes we need to pass a dynamic value as a parameter to the dialog. Let's define here some parameter. So like it should be the attribute should be parameter. I want to make the title dynamic and public. Customer model will be another parameter. New customer model. I'm removing this code. And the attribute should be parameter. Now let's see how we could pass this value using the mat dialog service. So mat dialog has a class mat dialog option. This options has a property attribute. This is the dictionary. So title is the create customer. Also we have another parameter which is customer model, and I'm passing here new customer, and we can pass I'm passing the OpenAsync method. Also, I need to change this title, hard-coded title from here, to use the title from the coming to the service. Let's save and let's see in browser. Here, let's click the create customer. Now we can see the title is create customer, which is coming through the service. Also, we can use this model for editing the customer. This is the display customer component, and this is the edit button, and inside this CS file of the display customer component, here is the on handle edit. Let's copy this code from here and paste here. I am changing the title to create to update, and I am assigning this customer to the customer model, and can name it is edited, so if it is true, then I'll pass a notification to its parent to update the list. Let's save and let's see in browser. Let's click edit. Here we can see the dialog for edit the customer.